Over the next day or so, it's just going to be really important to remember, don't try to drive through any pooling water. Turn around, try to find an alternate route. Where we're seeing that notch, that's the area that we are focused on. Those sky cams are covered in snow. We'll talk about that winter storm in just a few minutes. News 3 Midday starts right now.
I kind of want to show you what's underneath. So the snow plows go by, they lift up that snow, but then these roadways are still coated in that thin layer of maybe a little bit of ice and snow. So you're still going to see slick spots.
What would you rate his snow angel out of 10?
No, it's pretty good. You know, I don't want to give him too much confidence. So I like say a 7, maybe 7.5.
We'll take 7.5.
Patricia says it's beautiful.
It really is. It's good, but
Thank you so much.
he doesn't need more.
Jacie, who are you with this morning?
Rachel, we are just so excited to be here, and of course we are here with the one and only Ginger Z.
It was amazing. It was such a great experience.
What was your favorite part?
The total eclipse, of course.
Really?
Yeah, it was cool.
All right. Well, thanks so much for traveling all the way here. You want to say one more thing? All right. What you got to say?
I'm from Oakland and I love puppies and kitties and turtles.
Oh my goodness, me too. Me too.
We're hitting the trail again, but tonight we're going to check out endangered species like this guy. Tune in at 6:30 to find out more. Remember, this is how that Williamson County storm started, right? It was a severe thunderstorm warning. We saw the tag, and then we saw the tornado warning, then the considerable tag. We potentially have a visual on this. It has been confirmed. You can see that hook, almost textbook right there, showing up along the county lines. The entire viewing area still under that enhanced risk. That is a level 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. So when we're talking about those hazards, tornadoes, large hail and high winds. This dark blue band that you see showing up from about Poplar Bluff, extending up through Jackson County, through Franklin, and through northern Hamilton. That's where we're seeing some of those higher snowfall rates.
You know, we just wanted to get on here, play in the snow a little bit, but we also wanted to hear from you guys in the comments, like what kind of snow you've seen, how much snow you've seen, or what are you doing in the snow?
You got any questions for us? You can always leave those questions.
We just came out of a parking lot, and when you're over in the parking lots and some of the side roads too, it's extremely icy. I mean, you've got all the sleet and the snow. Like, this is hard. I mean, I can't even break it when I'm jumping on it. So those areas are going to be really slick.
Overall, it has been a beautiful day today. We started off with some fog, but then the sunshine came out, and we are still seeing the blue sky showing up this evening. This is a live look of your camera in Mount Vernon. A very nice evening just to be out and about. Temperatures are very warm. We've got temperatures running in the upper 70s and the low 80s. There is a little bit of a light breeze out of the south-southeast, but again, really comfortable this evening. Temperatures across the entire viewing area in those upper 70s and low 80s. Dixon Springs still holding on to 81. We've got Perryville at 80, 79 in Carbondale, Cape Girardeau, Poplar Bluff in Murray, Paducah at 80 degrees. So a great night to get outside and maybe take a walk, have dinner on a patio. We are going to be tracking some isolated storm chances over the course of the next couple of days. Not expecting a washout. There should still be some sunshine and some dry time. There is a small chance for a few isolated storms. We are generally talking through the northern half of the viewing area as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Even if you're caught in those storms, they should be fairly brief. Most of the day expected to be dry. We'll track a front making its way in as we head Thursday night and into Friday. That'll bring better rain chances to the region, but even then, it moves in and out of here pretty quickly. So here's a wide look of the satellite and radar tonight. Not seeing a whole lot of activity, of course, here at home. We are going to continue to stay quiet as we head overnight tonight. As we head into your Wednesday morning, partly cloudy skies as we kick off the day. Most of the day, we'll see the partly cloudy conditions, but notice by the time we get into the afternoon and evening, we could see a few isolated showers and thunderstorms, primarily along and north of Route 13 tomorrow. Even if you are caught in one of those, they're very brief. Most of the day, of course, will be dry, and then they move in and out of here pretty quickly. So by about 9, 10 o'clock, expecting whatever does pop up to diminish. So it's very similar to those summertime storms that we see during the heat of the day. As far as the rainfall projection goes, for the next 3 days, we'll see off and on storm chances, but we're talking about, in general, amounts under a ½ an inch. Some of us won't even see that rain. Keep that Storm Track 3 app around, though. You can track the rain chances, of course, right there on your phone. It's going to be very warm over the course of the next couple of days. Tomorrow, still running in the mid-80s, as well as Thursday. Our cold front comes through late Thursday night and then into Friday. That's going to drop temperatures back into the upper 70s, 78 degrees. But then we rebound pretty quickly as we head into the weekend. By the weekend, we warm right back up into the low 80s. So when you look at the 7 to 10 day as a whole, it looks pretty ominous, but notice isolated storm chances through the northern half of the viewing area tomorrow afternoon. On Thursday, that chance starts in the evening and continues into Friday. So there are periods of storm chances every day, but it is not going to rain all day every day.
That's good to know.
Lots of chances to get outside and enjoy the warm weather before it gets too hot. So.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Thanks, Jacie.
The Marion tornado of May of 1982 roared through downtown Marion, taking the lives of 10 people. My family was considered to be some of the lucky ones. Some of the worst damage extended from Marion Ford to the Shawnee apartments where my mom had lived just weeks before the storm. People not only lost loved ones and property, but lives were forever changed.
They said that I had lost a large amount of blood, and if he hadn't have got me there, then I probably would have bled to death.
Brenda Hollup went to work on the day of the tornado just like any other. But what she didn't know is that her life would never be the same.
The doctor said that it looked like someone had just took a stick of dynamite and behind your knee just blew all that out.
Brenda and her friend Sherry rode out the tornado in the Taco Gringo restrooms behind the Bonanza, which is now Tequila's. During the storm, she lost consciousness and woke to find herself seriously injured.
It had thrown the Ford garage completely through that Taco Gringo. The front doors were the only thing standing.
Anthony Lloyd worked at Bonanza and immediately jumped to action after walking out to the destruction left behind.
She was going into shock, and I kept yelling at her, and Sherry kept talking to her, telling her, you know, you got to stay with us, stay awake. And she was really losing a lot of blood, and I was scared.
I can remember driving over the rubble. I can still remember that, and feeling the bumps.
It wasn't until waking up after surgery that Brenda realized the extent of her injury.
The doctor came in and told me that they'd had to amputate.
Although the tornado left a lifelong scar, Brenda says she's just happy to be alive and owes it all to Anthony.
And I did dream about it off and on for a few years. It affected me. It wasn't so much when I got to the hospital. It affected me a lot. I saw a lot of 18-year-old kid didn't really need to see it.
Nearly 40 years later, Anthony says he still thinks about the day of the storm every time he drives through town.
If it wasn't for him, I truly believe I would not be here. I think that God allowed him, to be able to get me to the hospital in the length of time that I needed.
The Marion tornado occurred during the peak of tornado season, but we can see tornadoes during any month of the year.